started out the season at 113, and I'm going down to 6 for state and districts. And basically, it was hard to stay at 106, so I just wrestled 113 and then had better competition at 13 anyway, so it worked out, and I've had some good matches.
That's got to make this week pretty tough, making sure you're down to 06 ready to go for districts this week.
Yeah, it's not been easy making the 106 and 108, but I've been managing, and I'm pretty good at losing weight.
Okay. Take me through your season a little bit. I mean, a handful of losses against some guys bigger than you from some bigger schools too. Just that your wins. What's motivated you to keep getting better this year?
At the beginning of the season, I was undefeated till I wrestled the Savannah 6-pounder, who was number 1 at Class 2, and he's a good kid, and I think I could beat him though if I wrestled him again. And then I wrestled the North Andrew 13-pounder who had been at 20, and I could have not wrestled him if I didn't want to, but I just wanted the better competition. So if I lose, it's just making me better. Probably the biggest thing I've learned is to not take anything for granted. I mean, you can be up by 1 point and in the last 30 seconds have somebody get away and get a takedown and you lose. And I think I just got to go through the full 6 minutes and never give in.
What have you worked on kind of off season, other things in the wrestling room during the year in the weight room to make sure you're ready to go for a full 6 multiple times if need be at state?
I work out a lot.
Okay.
Around 2 to 3 times a day, sometimes 4. And that's partly to stay in shape for wrestling and then also to keep my weight down because I came from 123, 124. So cutting that weight is not easy to do.
Take me through, I guess, kind of your wrestling background. How long you been at this and when did you kind of figure out, hey, I can be pretty good?
I've been wrestling since I was in preschool. And, I never took it too serious. My parents took me to, 3 or 4 tournaments a year. I never did, the USA thing that all the state champ little kids did. But my freshman year, or my 7th and 8th grade year, I started seriously getting into it. And then my freshman year, I qualified for state, and then I realized kind of that I could actually be kind of good. So my sophomore year, I trained really hard that summer, and I've been working hard every summer after that because I knew that I think eventually that I could get a state title, so I've just been working towards it, and I've been getting close, but just coming up short. I plan on winning a state title. There's a few kids that might get in the way, but I'm hoping that all the work I've put in can push me past it and that all the prayers and to God for help.
Take me into districts this week. Brookfield? Is that where you guys are going? What's the draw look like over there?
I really don't know who will be a good match. I know the kids, but it'll probably just be like the beginning of the season where I take kids down a bunch of times and let them up. But I just want to get through it so I can get to state.
You go to state, obviously, as you said, you've been there before, but what's, other than that, as you said, just not taking anything for granted, but what's the big thing to making sure you can get 4 wins down there?
I think just staying energized. It's going to be hard because I'll have to make weight all 3 days, and it'll be hard to keep my energy level up and getting prepared for every match. I wrestle our 106-pounder who weighs about 95 pounds every day, so whenever I can, I'll try to get in with our 160 and 170-pounders whenever we do live wrestling and stuff.
What is wrestling a guy that much bigger than you? How does that help you in overall then?
It helps me. Obviously that 95-pound Ethan Wood doesn't have the same strength as the 106-pounders I'll be wrestling, and just wrestling those bigger guys gets me used to the more strength. And
do you beat him?
Yeah.
Okay. And then just overall, as you said, kind of your parents got you going. Is that kind of who really got you into this a little bit, or were there some older kids too? Or
yeah, my freshman year, my partner was Dylan DeRozier, and he was a really, really great wrestler, and he really helped me to really realize that I was good and I could do things in it. And then Trevor Holmes helped me throughout the rest of the years.
Okay, so districts this weekend, state next week, or next weekend, yeah. Just overall, I mean, and I know we've touched on this a little bit, but just, I mean, goals-wise for you, what do you have to do well these next 2 weeks?
I think I gotta really, especially keep my weight down. Try to get better at the things that I know that I'm good at, like my bottom moves, my top moves, my neutral moves. Just try to get everything down pat so I don't have any room for error.